Iron Man should have known about Bucky before Civil War. That's the take. Let's get into it. I'm explained it and everything. All right, let's go. So, I had a conversation on like Tuesday with my girlfriend about Captain America Civil War, and it made me think of some that I had never thought before. Iron Man should realistically have known about Bucky killing his dad and his mom before he went to Civil War. And let me break it down to you, right? In 2014, canonically in Marvel, in Captain America Winter Soldier, when Natasha leaked all the world documents, right? Or at least all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s documents pertaining to Hydra, or just all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s documents in general, for what reason did Tony Stark not go through those Hydra files, right? I'm gonna add on to this because in Age of Ultron, what they're doing is going around to try, round up the stragglers from S.H.I.E.L.D. and from Hydra while looking for Loki's staff, right? How does it not make sense for them not to go through the Hydra files in order to make sure that they get everybody who worked in Hydra, right? Because it's a Nazi science cult. Why did they not go through the Hydra files to make sure they got everybody, right? Because you're already chasing down Hydra. Why stop at Loki's scepter? They threw a big party and everything in Age of Ultron. You're not done. The work ain't finished. Keep going, right? And my thing is, right, Natasha being the one who leaked it, along with the two other super geniuses on the team, because Natasha is incredibly smart. Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, of the original six, you have three very smart people. It didn't cross none of their minds. Hey, I just leaked this big ass government secret. A lot of these government Nazi secrets onto just the internet in general. Should we not look through them to make sure that just some random weirdo on Twitter doesn't get to it? Right? Tony Stark, several super AIs, never decided, hey, Jarvis, Friday, any of them, hey, can you go through all the encrypted Hydra files and then get back to me with a list of things that would be most important, like least important to me? Because, there's no reason he should not have known. And I know some people will be like, oh, well, Baron Zemo, he had to go all the way to Russia or Serbia, wherever that bunker in the middle of nowhere in Civil War was. But, he didn't have to, right? He needed proof to show to Tony. Realistically, Tony probably could have found it faster and better than Zemo if he just looked. If he actually put in the work to find it. You are already chasing down Hydra. Why not be a thorough hero, a thorough superhero, and actually do your job, right? Why not go and look for Hydra everywhere, right? There's no reason that Baron Zemo found that man just in Cleveland, Ohio, being a former Hydra captain or whatever he was. There should be no reason for that. There's no reason he should have been just chilling, right? And just like Baron Zemo said, it just took time and energy and all of it to get it together, right? Iron Man's AI could have had it done in 4 minutes, most likely. He said he hacked to the Pentagon when he was in middle school. Why do you not have all this information down and packed, right? Because especially Baron Zemo had to have found some kind of information that ties Bucky to the killing of Tony Stark's parents, right? That means that somewhere in that information and all those Hydra files, there was some correlation between the two, right? As we know, when Captain America found out in that bunker, Arnim Zola, he was just there telling Steve. He showed him at least a little bit of proof that, your mans did this, right? Cool. So that means Hydra has some information. May not be physical like how it was in the bunker in Civil War. However, you still have some information, at least a little bit of proof, that Bucky was going to be what toppled him. That's what Baron Zemo found. He found, okay, yeah, I can use the Winter Soldier to topple him. Because realistically, the Winter Soldier wasn't public information. We know in in Winter Soldier, Natasha came out and said, yeah, the majority of the intelligence community don't even believe that dude exists. I only know he exists because he shot me. So realistically, he wasn't publicly known, so he would have had to go through the Hydra files to find anything about the Winter Soldier being Bucky Barnes. And instead of, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, any of them going through the Hydra files to find any of this information, which is crucial to getting rid of Hydra, which they said that they were doing in Age of Ultron, clearly not. They just let it go. They just said, you know what? All we need to do is find Loki Scepter and we're done. Let's not get rid of the Nazi science cult. Nah, let's just do a little bit of the work. What are we talking about? Tony Stark should have known immediately. Hell, you could say he should have known since just the first Avengers, because he was going through all the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. This man, who is so smart, should have known. That's my hot take. I don't know. That's just my hot take. You have any opinions about this? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Peace.